The overall approach to prevent spread of COVID-19 is to minimize the risk of infection through multiple mitigation measures. COVID-19 is an illness caused by a virus that can spread from person to person. It's spread mainly through respiratory droplets and short-range aerosols when an infected person coughs, sneezes, or talks in close proximity to others. Touching infected surfaces or objects and then touching your eyes, nose, or mouth. The mitigation measure outlined by the Kentucky Department of Education and the Department for Public Health will still be in place even when staff have been vaccinated. Social distancing. 6 feet of social distance should be maintained at all times as much as possible. This is one of the primary ways to prevent the spread of COVID-19.
Schools have developed plans that include social distancing. Staff have considered classroom needs.
Cloth face coverings, policies, and personal protective equipment. Cloth face coverings are expected for all students and staff unless eating or drinking or a medical waiver is on file. Screening and school exclusion. Staff health checks should be completed each day. Students will have temperature checks when they arrive at school. Anyone with a temperature greater than 100.4 degrees Fahrenheit will be excluded from school. Schools should have a plan to recheck if a temperature is elevated after a student has rested in a cooler environment. Students should not attend school with a fever or other COVID symptoms. Students can return to school if they are fever-free for 24 hours and they are not COVID positive. Sanitation and environmental factors. Hand hygiene, hand washing, and the use of hand sanitizer is very important. High-touch areas should have extra cleaning.
Plans have been developed by the schools related to cleaning and disinfecting.
Contact tracing. When students or staff report a positive case of COVID-19, the JCPS contact tracing plan should be followed. When to use personal protective equipment, or PPE. You want to use PPE, especially when the risk of exposure is higher. Nearly all students 2 and older can wear cloth face coverings that securely cover the nose and mouth. Practice and modeling will increase success. Staff should use additional PPE for procedures that may increase their risk for exposure. Choose masks that have 2 or more layers of washable, breathable fabric, completely covering your nose and mouth and fit snugly against the sides of your face with no gaps. If you wear glasses, find a mask that fits closely over your nose or one that has a nose wire to limit fogging. Be sure to wash your hands before putting on a mask. Do not touch the mask when wearing it. Masks should be washed regularly. Always remove mask correctly. And wash your hands after handling or touching a used mask. Include your mask with your regular laundry. Use regular laundry detergent and the warmest appropriate water setting for the cloth used to make the mask. Use the highest heat setting and leave in the dryer until completely dry. If you use a disposable mask, it should only be worn one day and should be disposed of in the trash when you are no longer in a setting requiring a mask. When to use gloves. Use gloves when cleaning and disinfecting or providing care to someone who is sick. If you are providing care to someone who is sick at home or in another non-healthcare setting, use disposable gloves when cleaning and disinfecting the area around the person who is sick or other surfaces that may be frequently touched in the home. Use disposable gloves when touching or having contact with blood, stool, or body fluids such as saliva, mucus, vomit, and urine. After using disposable gloves, throw them out in a lined trash can. Do not disinfect or reuse the gloves. Wash your hands after you have removed the gloves. Remember, wearing gloves outside of cleaning or caring for someone who is sick will not necessarily protect you from getting COVID-19 and may still lead to the spread of germs. The best way to protect yourself from germs when in public is to regularly wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds, or use hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol. Face shields do not replace cloth face coverings unless a medical waiver is on file. They can be used in addition to cloth face mask as an extra protection. They are reusable and can be cleaned. Gowns generally are not indicated in a school setting unless procedures are being performed where splashing may occur. After using a disposable gown, throw them out in a lined trash can. Additional PPE may be needed if staff are helping students who have asthma that need nebulizer treatments. A specialized training for staff administering student medications that includes nebulizers is available through PD Central. Ordering PPE. PPE is being stocked in the central warehouse, and schools should order following district processes. Mask, gowns, gloves, clear mask, thermometers, and face shields are ordered and/or stocked. If you ever have questions about what PPE should be used, please contact Health Services at 485-3387.